Police are cracking down on hecklers who have berated Quinton's family and neighbors for weeks. Our Andy Cole reports on the new measures Chatham County Police have.
Do you hear that? It's something that's been hard to come by over the last few weeks. It's peace, thanks to this sign, or really what the sign means. Since Quinton Simon went missing from his Savannah home on October 5th, hecklers have dominated Buckhalter Road. They've screamed words we can't say on TV, got into disputes with themselves, and some have screamed the entire thing on YouTube. We told you Thursday that a fifth heckler, YouTuber Jimmy Williams, who goes by Dolly, was arrested for simple battery and disorderly conduct. That's not to mention, officers were dispatched to Quinton's home 50 times since October 5th. It seems that Chatham County's police chief has had enough. Chief Jeff Hadley said in a statement Thursday that the hecklers were turning the case into a, quote, money-making circus and promised measures to limit the disruption they caused. Chief Hadley delivered. On Friday, police began enforcing 2 county ordinances. CCPD is now requiring a permit to protest on Buckhalter Road, signed by the county manager. Protest, according to police, means anything that could impede vehicular traffic. Police are also now enforcing a loitering ordinance from 7 p.m. until 7 a.m. 3 new signs now greet drivers. One is strategically placed in front of Quinton's home. For now, the measures seem to be working, but only time will tell. In Chatham County, I'm in.
I am pressed that I'm acting in my professional capacity, and there is, that's
What's happening, y'all? Support your local white boy. Go ahead and subscribe, and if you can, hit the join member option below if you can. Okay, look, get right into it. As you can see, the police, more or less the county out there, installed no loitering signs and almost set a curfew out there on Buckhalter Road to stop the protesters. If you notice in this video here, the intro, in the previous video that I did, when it comes to the media and specifically the police captain out there, they're not known as protesters. They're known as hecklers, which is very strange to me. The media is very one-sided out there. I've never been out there. I did not go. I've really stuck in the middle with this whole thing. I am for people protesting. I am for people being a little boy's voice, but I'm not for a lot of what I've seen. It's hard to stay in the middle. And really, I don't know what I've seen. I'm still confused as to anti-protesters. I'm still confused as to YouTubers versus YouTubers out there. I don't understand it. But as you can see in the second part of the clip, not only did they enforce and put signs out there, but you have Billy Joe, the grandma, walking down her driveway and getting in the face of the protesters and utilizing the sign. It's almost like it was there to protect the family. Now look, I understand there's neighbors out there, and I understand everybody in the house is not responsible for the little boy's death. But I also understand that there's been no arrest made. I also understand there's been no real progress at the landfill. At the end of the day, we have a dead baby. Body still has not been found with no arrest. You have people going out there to be a voice. Do they all have good intentions? I could not honestly answer that. Are they making money while going out there? Yes. This is what I could tell you, and this is my take on the whole thing. I'm not a protester for Quinton Simon, but I've had something similar happen with this whole ordeal that I want to leave everybody with. Just as those signs are put out there, when the Gabby Petito case was done, the heart of it was done, I would say. After they found Brian and announced him, they made a Florida law here where what we did as a group out there, we can no longer do. So in Florida, it's illegal to do what you've all seen out there in the Quinton Simon case. And it was basically the same thing with less shenanigans. Yes, there's anti-protesters. The media stayed out there. Okay, they rented houses in the Gabby Petito case. And what I could say is what I've seen comparing these two things is this here. The media in the Petito case, some were biased, yes, but a lot were fair. A lot were fair. A lot were for the protesters. A lot worked with us. Okay, a lot of what we did as protesters was the news. Okay, I don't see that in the Quinton Simon case. I don't see that. The police in Northport, some will say they're corrupt. Some will say they're crooked. They did admit to making mistakes out there, and they were very fair with us as protesters. You can see it on a lot of our lives that are out there. But again, you have another law that's passed. Now back to the Quinton case, I will say this. Everybody that knows me, I am all the way for Mr. Ron DeSantis. I respect that guy. I respect my governor. He's a great governor. I will tell you that he completely failed the Petito case. If I have one complaint, there was a petition, okay, sent his way on how the case was handled, and he did nothing with it because he backs the blue. He backs the blue as one of his policies, and he said that whatever they did was good. So that petition was like null and void. It's very funny because it brings me to this point, and I hope this really brings some type of understanding to the people who have been butting heads in this case. I just want to take it down a notch. He did fail that case. With the Quinton Simon case, you have a governor there who was all for the BLM, looting and riots, very outspoken about these things. And it amazes me that at one point in time they were outspoken and for everything you saw after George Floyd, totally for it. But in their own state as governor, now is anti-protesting, now is putting a halt to it in Savannah. That amazes me. That amazes me. At the end of the day, nobody likes protesting. Nobody likes it. No neighbors, the people that are assumed guilty, no one likes it. Businesses don't like it. Police departments don't like it. Nobody likes it. I got involved with protests because I keep seeing people do it around the country, and I felt it was needed in my community. There comes times in cases, especially when the FBI gets cases, where you as the public have no information. Key points to this would be the Kylie Rodney case, where you're waiting on an autopsy, where you're waiting for anything. Because at that point, the public is shut off, and whatever you get fed is what you get fed. The Gabby Petito case was like this as well. A lot of cases are like this. Summer Wells case. That is the worst spot to be as the public, to await what the police and FBI tell you. As YouTubers, as Anybody with a phone, Twitch streamer, whatever social media, Facebooker, TikToker, YouTubers, if you can overlook the personality holding the phone and focus on what they're shooting, you're getting raw, uncut footage the media would not show you of a case that you're interested in, something that is gravitated you to this. It's you will not you the true crime community. It can be very negative, but case by case, YouTubers of all types of YouTubers have brought you different types of angles from all different walks of life in all different cases. Stuff media and stuff police have not been able to do. It gives you insight, it gives you one-on-one in real-time footage. Sometimes bypassing your opinion for somebody and just letting the cameras roll are way more important than expressing your opinion on that somebody or coming to terms into shutting it down. It's what I'm saying here is the media is only going to show you one thing. The Petito and the Quinton Simon case, totally different. There's media every day, all day out there. They rented people's houses out there in the Petito case. If you look at the Quinton Simon case, look at the videos I've done. That is the media out. That's local media. The last couple ones I've put out, they're very one-sided, people. If we're going to pay attention to this case, and we're depending on media, local media in Savannah, Georgia, hey, we're screwed. We are screwed. This case is going to fall into a Summer Wells, Petito, Kylie Rodney situation. And sadly, the police there are also favorable and very biased. Man, look, it don't matter if you like or dislike the people that are giving you real raw footage. And in doing so, they may say some things that you disagree with. You know, for the future, man, look at what you're looking at. And are they showing you more than the media would? Are they spending more time on it? You know, I can answer that for you. They are. No media was able to get questions from the mother about her drug use, her current drug use. It was done on Dolly's channel. You know, multiple things. She came outside and talked. They started to break them into some point. You know, I've spoken with a lot of YouTubers in the last week and a half. A lot. You know, this is it. I know that the crowd you saw out there, it's died down. I know 100%. A couple got on planes and went home, and you're not going to see what you have. You can take that to the bank. So the footage we saw is just what we're going to get. I hope it's enough. I hope it's enough, because I can promise you the media is not going to give you that at all. I don't like all the YouTubers that were out there, but I watched all the streams because I want to know about the case. A big, a lot of comments that I see in some of the channels that were really getting hated on, where you don't care about this child, you care about money. What I can tell you is this. If I walk outside, I don't know Quinton Simon personally, but I want to be his voice. I don't know him, okay? I don't know him. But for any child, if I walk out the store and I'm with my wife, if they're in danger, you can bet your ass I'm going to help that kid. I don't know him. I don't care about him. I don't love that child like he's mine, but I'm going to protect the child if he's in danger. YouTubers are always going to make money, okay? Especially when they get involved in stuff like this. I could tell you personally, people would not stop donating and stuff in the Petito protests. The argument will be, well, shut your monetization off. People will find your PayPal. People will find your Cash App. People will, if people feel you're doing the right thing and they believe in you, they are going to make sure they reward you. That argument is silly to me. And to shut everything down as far as alt media is also silly to me. A lot of the anti-protesters, I understand there is dislike for a lot of the channels. I get that. I just maybe it's me. Maybe I'm not understanding where their side is coming from. Because from my side, I just want to grasp all the coverage that I can, and I could overlook certain personalities that I disagree with just for the footage. I do not agree with everything the protesters did. No. Okay, there were some stupid things done, some stupid things said, and man, I almost got off my ass and went. But at the same time, man, all I can do is take this and learn from it. If I ever get involved in something like this, I have to do my best not to broadcast it. I think where they went wrong was they kept telling their plans and then going going to do the plans. Why say it first? Just go there and go live. Everybody doesn't have to know. If I say, hey, I'm going here tomorrow at 11 o'clock, at 6 p.m., I'm giving a lot of people who don't like me a lot of time to coordinate, a lot of phone calls to police, a lot of and a lot of time for people to plan. Is what I'm trying to say. I'm still in the middle on this one, people. I understand here on YouTube, it's about 50-50. There's about 50% of people who agree with people going out there and being a voice for little Quinton, and there's another 50% that are totally disgusted at some of the things they saw and witnessed. And I understand both sides. I'm in the middle, man. For the true crime channels out there that may watch this, look at the intro. This is the result. There's signs, there's no congregating, there's no loitering. So what happened here is that 50% here, 50% here, 0% now. 0%. There will be nobody going out there. And with that being said, there's no content for the people like me who want to see alt content, not leave it up to the media. People that question everything and are smarter to know the media always didn't tell the truth, and have another resource to look at on this case. We won't have that content. But for all the hate channels, building channels around this, all the anti-protesters channels, their content is done. What did we as a community accomplish? A couple signs in the street.